Bill O'Reilly here, Tuesday, October 15th, 2019. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Here's what's happening today in America. A new whistleblower highlights widespread anti-Trump bias at CNN. ABC News apologizes after airing false tape from Syria. China's leadership warning Hong Kong against future protests. The Bidens acknowledge their ongoing ethical problems. 12 candidates prepare to take the stage for the fourth Democratic presidential debate in Columbus, Ohio. Also ahead, the message about NBA players and coaches talking politics. Is that smart? But first, new video emerging on social media shows employees discussing widespread anti-Trump bias at CNN. An inside whistleblower describing the network as, quote, pumping out propaganda. CNN President Jeff Zucker caught on tape telling his reporters to ignore Russia and focus on impeachment. ABC News apologizing to viewers after airing dramatic footage of a Turkish military invasion of northern Syria, calling the attack a slaughter. But it turns out the footage was actually taken from a Kentucky gun club. The Knob Creek Range hosts an annual night festival where members can fire live ammunition after dark. ABC used that and said it was from Syria. How a mistake like that can happen is astonishing. Chinese President Xi warning Hong Kong activists to avoid any future protests, saying more demonstrations will end in, quote, crushed bodies and shattered bones. Xi issuing the threat hours after Hong Kong police say protesters attempted to blow up a police vehicle with homemade explosives. Former Vice President Biden acknowledging potential ethical trouble, and now his son Hunter Biden will resign from a Chinese firm following criticism from President Trump. Mr. Biden's son currently sits on the board of a Beijing-owned private equity company, but will step down by the end of October. Hunter Biden's resignation comes hours before 12 Democratic presidential hopefuls will debate. The top three candidates, Biden, Warren, and Sanders, are expected to field a majority of questions from CNN and New York Times moderators. In a moment, why are pro-basketball people getting involved with politics? Right back with that. Millions of Americans have been diagnosed with cancer or a serious illness. If you are one of them and money is a problem, you're not alone. It's simple. If you own a life insurance policy of $100,000 or more, then Life Guide Partners can evaluate your coverage for free to see if you qualify for cash now when you need it the most. Be ready to take down this number. If you own a life insurance policy of $100,000 or more and you are living with a serious illness, then Life Guide Partners can evaluate your coverage free to see if you qualify for cash now. So write this number down, 1-888-GUIDE-50. Totally free to call. Get rid of those insurance premiums. Stop paying them. Consider turning that life policy into cash. The number again, 1-888-GUIDE-50. 1-888-484 3350. 1-888-GUIDE-50. Call now. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day, the NBA, China, and politics. As you may know, the general manager of the Houston Rockets tweeted support for the Hong Kong protesters. Well, China did not like that at all and threatened to sanction the NBA, which does billions of dollars of business with China. Enter Steve Kerr, coach of the Golden State Warriors, who says, quote, it has not come up in terms of people asking me about it, people discussing it. No, nor has our record of human rights abuses come up either. Things that our country needs to look at and resolve. That hasn't come up either. None of us are perfect. We all have different issues. Saying that is my right as an American. It doesn't mean that I hate my country, but people in China didn't ask me about people owning AR-15s and mowing each other down in a mall. I wasn't asked that question, unquote. Mr. Kerr, who is not a dumb man, is drawing a moral equivalency between problems in communist China and those in the USA. That is absurd. China is a totalitarian government that does not respect human rights, freedom, or human life. If Steve Kerr believes people should not criticize China because there are social problems here in America, that is misguided in the extreme. There comes a point where Americans are going to walk away from foolish stuff like this. Colin Kaepernick's disdain for his country has hurt the National Football League dramatically. LeBron James is not doing the NBA any favors either. Now, political dissent is a good thing, but the dissenter must know what he or she is talking about. Steve Kerr has an obligation to study China if he is going to compare it to America. It is long past time that famous people were held to account. This is a complicated world. There is absolutely no comparison, politically, socially, or any other way, between the United States of America and communist China. Mr. Kerr is diminishing his own country by insisting there is. Now, I have no animus toward him. I'm not going to boycott the Golden State Warriors, a very good team. In fact, I think Mr. Kerr is a good coach. But he is not a good political scientist. And he is arrogant in his presentation, as are many famous people. If you know what you are talking about, the debate goes to a higher level. If you're going to say, hey, we can't really tweet about the protesters in Hong Kong because we have social problems in America, that's ridiculous. And that's the message. Please check out my latest book, The United States of Trump, big bestseller. I think you will enjoy it. Up next, something you might not know. Forget Russian hackers and elections for a moment, please. This is worse. Cyber thieves are stealing American homes. Guess where your home's legal title and mortgage documents are kept? Online. Wide open. Your signature and everything thieves need to take over ownership of your home is easily available online. Thieves forge your name off the title, then refile the deed so it appears you sold it. Then they go to unscrupulous lenders and borrow money using your home's equity. Then they disappear, and you get stuck with the payments. Banks, insurance, and identity theft programs do not protect you. Home Title Lock does. Home Title Lock puts a virtual firewall around your home's title and mortgage, and they monitor the black market to see if your home is for sale. Your home equity is your retirement, your emergency fund. Let me help protect it with 60 risk-free days of Home Title Lock. So please go to HomeTitleLock.com and enter your address to see if you're already a victim. Defend yourself at HomeTitleLock.com. HomeTitleLock.com. Now the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. The Halloween season, one of the most commercially profitable in America. The National Retail Federation predicts buyers will shell out more than $9 billion on costumes and decorations this year. Another big seller in October attached to Halloween is the horror film industry. Last year, 2018, tickets to scary movies grossed $900 million at the U.S. box office and billions more worldwide. If you are looking for a good scare while carving that pumpkin this year, here are some of the movies that are considered fright classics. Steven Spielberg's Jaws. Believe it or not, the film is widely blamed for a worldwide shark phobia. Despite terrorizing countless swimmers each summer, Jaws' iconic great white is on screen for just 4 minutes and has no lines. Number 3, Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, the first slasher film ever made, was edited dozens of times before censors in the 1960s approved the final product. Hitchcock was really the master of horror, as his film The Birds ushered in small-town angst. Now, I like The Birds more than Psycho, although both films are riveting. The second scariest movie of all time is Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. A grueling schedule, sub-zero temperatures, a demanding director, and reports of ghosts on the set made the production a nightmare, pardon the pun, pushing actress Shelley Duvall to a near-nervous breakdown. To get Jack Nicholson into his role, Kubrick made him eat giant Swiss cheese sandwiches, his least favorite food. No wonder old Jack was in a bad mood in The Shining. Number 1 scariest movie, The Exorcist. Released in 1973, the film was met with widespread protests from the Catholic Church and Concerned Parents for America. The controversy prompted hundreds of death threats against the child actress Linda Blair, who some claimed glorified Satan. But here's something you might not know. The biggest winner during Halloween is not the movie industry, it's candy. The scary season generates $10 billion in sales. Back after this. Do you suffer from sleep apnea and use a CPAP machine? If you do, you need to know about So Clean. So Clean is the world's first automated CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. So Clean kills up to 99.9% of all CPAP germs and bacteria that can build up in your mask, hose, and reservoir. It's easy to use, works with all the popular CPAP machines and masks. Just put your mask on, close the lid, and walk away. It uses advanced technology to sanitize your CPAP equipment and is the safer, healthier way to breathe cleaner and have a better CPAP experience. Right now, for Bill O'Reilly listeners, you can try So Clean risk-free for 30 nights. Even shipping is free. So don't wait. Please call 1-800-520-1279 or go to SoClean.com to take advantage of this 30-night risk-free trial and free shipping. Again, that number, 1-800-520-1279 or go to SoClean.com today. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.